Putting God first doesn't mean surrendering your life in a way that makes you powerless. It means letting go of the false belief that you were ever fully in control. Many people cling tightly to their plans because uncertainty scares them, yet that fear often leads to stress, confusion, and burnout. When God is first, your choices stop being fueled by anxiety, pressure, or pride. Instead, they are shaped by meaning, direction, and purpose. You stop wandering through life guessing your next move. You begin walking with intention. Rather than reacting emotionally to every challenge, you respond with faith and clarity. Even when the road ahead isn't fully visible, there's a deep calm in knowing you're not walking it alone. You may not control every result, but you gain something far more valuable: a steady mind, a peaceful heart, and confidence in the journey unfolding before you. Putting God first doesn't remove hardship, and it doesn't promise a life without struggle. Challenges still appear, pressure still exists, but something inside you shifts. Your priorities become clearer. You're no longer pulled in every direction by fear, opinions, or temporary cravings. What truly matters rises to the surface, and everything else slowly loses its grip. With that clarity, decisions become simpler, even when they're difficult. You recognize what deserves your energy and what doesn't. You learn when to say yes and when to walk away. Instead of draining yourself chasing what weakens you, you begin investing in what strengthens your spirit. The noise around you may still be loud, but inside, there is order. And that inner order becomes the foundation that keeps you steady when life tries to shake you. There will be seasons when you pray and hear nothing back, and those moments can feel heavy. Silence can feel like abandonment, but silence often has meaning. Many times, God is working beyond what you can see, aligning situations, shaping your character, or shielding you from something not meant for you yet. What feels like absence is often preparation happening in the background. Waiting can be painful, especially when you're tired or desperate for answers. But delay is not denial. Timing matters. Growth matters. Some lessons must form before doors can open. Trusting God in silence stretches your patience, but it also deepens your faith. And when clarity finally comes, you realize the waiting wasn't wasted. It was necessary. There are moments when you ask God for something with all your heart, convinced it will fix everything. You hope, you believe, you wait, and then the answer never comes the way you expected. Disappointment sets in, confusion follows, but what you can't see is the full picture. God sees consequences you don't, dangers hidden from view, and futures beyond your imagination. What you wanted may have brought comfort for a moment, but harm in the long run. Unanswered prayers are not rejection, they are protection. Sometimes God says no to protect your peace, your growth, or your future self. Other times, He is preventing you from becoming someone you were never meant to be. With time, perspective changes, and one day, you look back with gratitude, realizing that what didn't happen was just as important as what did. When your confidence depends only on outcomes, it rises and falls with circumstances. Success lifts you up, failure tears you down, and your peace is always fragile. But when faith becomes the source of your confidence, everything changes. Your worth is no longer tied to results. You understand that your value remains firm, even in uncertainty. Faith reminds you that who you are matters more than what you achieve. With faith at the center, you move forward without needing constant reassurance that everything will work out. You do your part with discipline and effort, but you trust the outcome to something greater. That trust frees you from panic and allows you to keep moving, even when the path feels unclear. When God truly comes first, a powerful freedom enters your life. You stop living for approval. You no longer measure yourself by applause, attention, or validation. Comparison loses its power because you understand your journey is uniquely yours. You stop racing against someone else's timeline and learn to respect the pace designed for you. This freedom shifts your focus from impressing people to honoring what's right. Your decisions become rooted in integrity, not appearance. The urge to prove yourself fades, and so does the pressure to constantly perform. When God becomes your reference point, outside opinions grow quieter, and your confidence becomes calm, steady, and unshaken. Putting God first is revealed most clearly in moments no one sees. Doing the right thing is easy when recognition follows. The real test comes when integrity costs you. When shortcuts tempt you, honesty feels inconvenient, and no one would notice the difference. What you choose in private exposes the truth of your character. Those quiet decisions shape who you become long before they change your circumstances. Every time you choose what's right over what's easy, you strengthen your character and deepen your trust in God. Results may not appear immediately, but those choices are never wasted. Over time, consistent obedience builds a foundation strong enough to carry success, pressure, and temptation without breaking you. Trusting God doesn't require complete understanding. Faith often begins where logic ends. You won't always see the full picture, and you won't always know how things will turn out, but you're still called to take the next right step. That step may feel small or uncertain, but it carries power because it's guided by trust, not fear. As you move one step at a time, you learn daily dependence instead of trying to control everything at once. Each step strengthens your confidence, not just in yourself, but in God's guidance. Over time, those small steps form a path that only makes sense looking back. You realize clarity didn't come before obedience, it followed it. When God is at the center, fear no longer leads your life. Fear may appear, but it doesn't decide for you. It loses its authority because your trust is anchored in something greater than circumstances. Even in uncertainty, there's a quiet assurance that steadies your heart and weakens fear's grip. Failure also changes meaning. It no longer defines you. It refines you. Pressure becomes part of growth, not a threat. Purpose speaks louder than panic. You move forward with courage, not because fear is gone, but because you know you are never walking alone. That awareness strengthens you and keeps you moving, no matter what stands ahead. So before you return to your day, pause and examine the order of your life. Ask yourself what truly comes first when choices are hard, when pressure builds, and when no one is watching. Perfection isn't required, honesty is. Place God first in your thoughts, your decisions, and your actions, even when it feels uncomfortable. Trust Him when direction is unclear. Follow Him when obedience costs you, and lean on Him when strength runs low. Because when God is first, your life gains direction, your heart finds peace, and no matter how the world shifts around you, you remain steady, grounded, and unshaken.